Welcome back. Starting Friday, several new Missouri laws take effect and they could impact your family in a big way. WGM's Nico Sanchez has a deeper look into what's changing.
Well, Olivia, one of the big ones is the speed limit jumping from 70 to 75 miles an hour, but don't get too excited as none of the highways in our area will be affected. But when you travel, you'll probably notice the difference. The speed limit will go up on select rural interstates, but it's not going to happen right away. It'll take time for the state to raise limits highway by highway. Lawmakers also passed new child safety protections cracking down on grooming, exploitation, and abuse material targeting kids online. Camps are affected too. Starting Friday, certain adult staff and volunteers at residential camps must pass a criminal background check. And there's new health news for outdoorsy families. The state is stepping up monitoring and reporting for Lyme disease and adding alpha-gal syndrome, a red meat allergy linked to tick bites, to that same tracking system. Reporting in Marion County, Missouri, Nico Sanchez, WGEM News.
To view a full list and details of laws taking place Friday, you can visit our website at WGM.com.